Yo, what kind of sick and twisted world are we getting to where people are attacking the fire department, yo? It's ACAB, not AFAB. Get it together.
News: a suspected sniper found dead, and now a massive investigation is really just getting underway after what the sheriff says started as an emergency response to a brush fire turned into an ambush on first responders in Idaho.
Idaho, man. Yeah, I've been to Idaho one time to see Transformers, like the one with Mark Wahlberg in it, at a drive-in theater, and the drive-in theater was sick, but I remember just on the way over there from the hotel and just seeing just the desolate wasteland. It's like, how do people do it? How do people do it? How do they not freak out? I had a friend with benefits from Idaho though, and she was super bad though, so you guys aren't all bad.
Two firefighters were killed. The sheriff says a third firefighter was also shot and is still fighting for his life.
I mean, for all things considered, this is pretty deadly. I mean, even if it was a really aggressive fire, I don't know if it would have killed two people and then seriously maimed the other.
Calls into emergency dispatch in the midst of it paint a terrifying scene of the moments they realized that they were under attack.
Some law enforcement right now, there's an active shooter zone. They're shot. BC3's down, BC1's down. Everybody's shot up here. Law enforcement, code 3 now up here.
The amp.
Yo, what's with her vibe, yo? I mean, she's serving though. This is a cool outfit. I don't know, her tone is just kind of weird, right? I mean, I guess my tone is kind of weird.
Bush sparked a huge response from law enforcement. More than 300 officers from various agencies and neighboring counties were all called up to help. At one point, officers exchanged gunfire with the suspect, but it was more than 6 hours after that first fire call that his body was found. This morning, fire crews are still working.
He's like super young too. He's like 20 years old. You know what I mean? This is just some kid's crash out. I mean, points for creativity. Like, you know, most people just go to like a kindergarten or a mall or something. He's just like, okay, let me start a fire and shoot at like the most beloved members of our community.
To contain the fire that he allegedly started, still burning on Idaho's Canfield Mountain. CNN's Julia Vargas Jones is live in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho with the very latest.
Cool jacket, Julie.
What are you learning?
Good morning, Kate. Well, the plan today from authorities is to go back to that location where the body of the shooter was found for further investigations. What are they looking for? They're looking for more weapons and more ammunition that gunman may or may not have had with him. Now, they had to remove the body from that location.
It's always so interesting seeing these 24-hour news reports of like these shootings and stuff, because at the end of the day, it was just some deranged loner with, you know, unlimited access to deadly weapons that just decided to crash out. You know, his family knew he was kind of messed up and nobody did anything. Like, it's just the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over. The only interesting part left is like, where did it take place? You know what I mean? Because that's the part that we like to be like, ooh, oh, scary. You know what I mean? Oh, not the park, not the, you know. We're also desensitized to it. I really do think that after Sandy Hook and nothing happened, it's like we just like it when stuff like this happens here, you know?
Relatively quickly, they said last night in a press conference, because of the threat of that fire. So we have not learned any further details about who this gunman was or what were the weapons that he had with him. But we did hear from the sheriff of Kootenai County here in Coeur d'Alene talking about the very nature of this attack and what that was like for the firefighters that were responding on the scene.
This was a total ambush. These firefighters did not have a chance. When you have a...
These firefighters didn't have a chance. I don't know. Cops just rub me the wrong way. I don't know. All of them just claim to be such tough guys, like such badasses, but like the police are just like, they fight in the most cowardly way. You know, their people are the most scared. Not always. They're good cops. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know. I don't like the cut of his jib is what I'm saying.
An environment where you don't know where the bullets are coming from because of the trees and the shrubbery and what have you. It is daunting for police officers, let alone firefighters.
He kind of looks like Superman in Smallville. I don't remember the actor's name, but he kind of looks like him. Maybe they're related.
Who are there just to to put out the fire.
Unimaginable, Kate, what these firefighters went through. And now this community is also left with so many questions as the investigation continues in the coming days. Now, I do want to share with you one interesting detail is that authorities did use his cell phone, the shooter's cell phone, to ping his location. And as you mentioned, they had exchanged fire with him, but that for another 90 minutes is how they tried to triangulate him.
So also, by the way, it's like the police were doing a terrible job, right? Because it's like they're so militarized. They're basically Batman. Each one is basically Batman. I don't understand why you guys, all of you shooting at him at once, can't get some random 20-year-old. Why not? Like, you know what I mean? It's like he's talking about, oh, the firefighters didn't have a chance. Dude, your guys didn't have a chance. All right, he offed himself. Like, you didn't even get him. You didn't even get him, yo. He literally set a trap and you couldn't corner him. What? Come on now.
Until he eventually was neutralized. We don't know.
He neutralized himself. He wasn't neutralized. He neutralized. He did his own thing. Okay. It had nothing to do with the Idaho Police Department.
How he died at this time, but that fire in that location continues to burn. It is now called the Nettleton Gulch Fire.
You ain't have to give it a cool name. You're gonna just encourage people to do more bad stuff. The Nettleton Gulch Fire? That sounds sick. That sounds like a Linkin Park album, yo.
Suspect that has been identified by our Cooney County Coroner's Office, Coroner Duke Johnson there, has been identified.
I'd be like, don't name drop me in this. Don't attach my name to this craziness. What the hell?
As Wes Val Rowley. Date of birth of May 1st, 2005.
Gosh darn. Mama Mia, you're in 2005. You're doing some stuff like this. I guess it was kind of I guess it was 20 years ago, but dang, when I think of 2005, that feels like those people should be like 15. Like, you know, I don't know.
As of right now, and this is all very, very preliminary, we've had a lot of resources at the crime scene. We've been working through the night. So
we've been working through the night. Bro, we already know what happened. We already know what happened. We saw what happened. Yo, why is it every time there's a shooting, the police always act like, you know, good thing we're doing all this police work around it? Like, dude, the police work was when it was happening. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the shootings that get stopped by the police effectively aren't even, like, national news. Which, I mean, maybe they should be, you know? I mean, they get reported on, but, like, they're really not that interesting to people. But maybe they should be, yo. Because, I mean, what's the point of giving this guy a microphone? It's like his job is already done for the most part.
Many of these facts are subject to change. We believe that Rowley has prior residence in California, Arizona, and Idaho.
Arizona don't claim him. We don't claim him.
We believe he was born in California. The Cooney County Sheriff's Office and Coeur d'Alene Police Department, we've had 5 interactions with Rowley. And of those 5 interactions, we've had 3. Coeur d'Alene Police had 2. They were very, very minor in nature. They had to do with more trespassing. He was trespassing at a location. He was asked to leave, and he cooperated. We had...
I hate the fact that if you come into contact with police at all and they ask for information, they always just make a note of it for you. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, you know how many times, like a cop started talking to me and I didn't even want to, like, you know, God forbid something happens to me, are they going to bring that up? Like, oh, yeah, you know, we had a couple of run-ins with Lowlife Leo. You know, he hopped a turnstile in New York City. You know what I mean? We caught him smoking a joint on the street when he was a teenager. Like, you know, I don't know. This is serious.
Some welfare checks on Rowley, and
how are these minor welfare checks? Yo, what? That's how you know he's white. What do you mean welfare checks? You feel me? It's like you had to check on his welfare. All right, maybe this doesn't sound minor to me. What's minor about that? What's major? Him doing some violent act? Like, I don't know.
very, very minor. We don't show any criminal history for Rowley. I mean, the crimes.
I mean, multiple trespassing, like running, like he was never arrested for that. Like, and I'm not even saying that he should be. Like, I'm not a cop. Like, I don't care if he. I don't really care if he didn't go to jail, but maybe he should have. Clearly, I mean, I don't know. Just at least apply the rules evenly is what I'm trying to say.
Scene is active. We still have the suspect's vehicle that is up down an embankment of the mountain. Deputies who responded on scene to protect life and engage the suspect thought it would be in their best interest to get rid of what they thought was Rowley's vehicle. So they had the frame of mind to push it over the side so he couldn't come around and get in that vehicle and flee. So we have not been able to find any manifesto. We have not been able to.
Yeah, what would a manifesto for something like this even look like? It's like, this is why. It's like, what are you, Mr. Freeze? It's like, what do you hate the fire department for, yo? It's not even like police. It's like, at least police you could argue like they're representing a corrupt system. They oppress me, like whatever. But like the fire department, like, like. The best argument I can think of is like a lot of them used to be cops. Like maybe you want to shoot at some cops, and you shouldn't. Obviously, no one should. But maybe he was just like, okay, like, well, I just want to take out my anger on some cops, but I don't want them to have guns too. Maybe that would make the most sense to me if I had to guess. If I had to get into the mind of a killer.
To inventory the vehicle, although people that have seen the vehicle do believe it appeared as if he was living in the vehicle. There was a lot of debris that's in the vehicle, so.
Interesting. I guess he's just kind of having a crash out, just living in his car. I mean, but you're 20. Man, but no matter what age you are, even when you're young, it's like when things aren't going well, like it's very easy to believe that all of life is going to look like that, man. It's almost a tragedy, but he was obviously like kind of a dickhead, like dick move, bro. Shooting at the fire department's a dick move, brother.
I'd like to give you an update on the fire that we believe Rowley started. Rowley was found to be in possession of a flint starter, and we believe that was his method for starting the fire. That eventually led to firefighters responding. So as of right now, the fire is at 26 acres. It has not grown. It is a...
Damn, they didn't even put out the fire? They didn't even put out the fire? Yo, am I just being a hater? Like, look, I can never do this stuff. I can never be in this guy's position wearing this awful colored shirt and telling people how, some innocent people lost their lives. So, I'm just being funny. But come on, you couldn't put out the fire? Jeez. I mean, I guess the firefighters got shot. Like, sure, I guess you're right.
Slow progress because it's very difficult terrain to get assets, ground assets up there. They are putting, Idaho Department of Lands is putting a lot of water on it from aerial support.
I'm glad they're putting water on the fire. I'm glad.
They believe they'll have a fire line around it by dark tonight. Also, we don't find that there's any nexus to any Islamic Jihad, which is also being
I mean, dang, it must be so hard to be Middle Eastern, or like Muslim, because it's like that's the first thing people go to. Like this is the Islamic Jihad. This is like, I don't know. Is that even in style anymore? I mean, in America, even like, is it? I feel like it's not. I feel like most terrorism in America nowadays is like in the name of Donald Trump, like not really like Muhammad. I don't know.
Disseminated on social media. We don't find that there's a nexus to that either. It appears that he shot himself. We have information that he at one time wanted to be a firefighter.
Interesting. Okay. The lore is developing. That makes a little bit more sense now. And he's 20 years old. His parents probably kicked him out the house. There's rumors that his parents were Trump supporters, by the way. Again, not super relevant, but you know me. Um, and he wanted to be a firefighter. He has access to guns. He feels like nothing is gonna work out for him, so he starts a fire in the way that only he knows how. Cause like honestly, I'm a grown adult man. Without the aid of Google or something, like I don't know if I would know how to make a fire. Like you feel me? If you sent me to Home Depot with no Google, no help, like and said get fire starting materials, like I'm not gonna pick a flint starter. You know what I mean? Like I'm probably just gonna buy some gasoline and a lighter. You feel me? I don't know if that would be super effective to be real, but whatever. I guess he wanted to be a firefighter. They didn't let him in, so he pulled a syndrome. That's sad. That's sad. That sucks. It's actually really hard to be a firefighter. My cousin's trying to be one. It's pretty exclusive.
So we don't know if there's a nexus to that desire and what happened yesterday, but there is information that we've received that he at one time wanted to be a firefighter. So we're still processing the scene. It's going to take a few days.
I mean, 20 years old, he's still a boy. He's just a boy. He's nothing but a boy. Like, it's sad. It's sad. It's sad that he was so stupid, honestly. All right.